wanna play. These three words, they're the ones that I live by. With bug eyes, there's nothing that he can't find. We all fly, don't give Buckman the stink eye. Do or die, Schmuel Buckman's an old guy. Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. Go toe to toe with Buckman, he will eat your freaking soul, no doubt. It's Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. We get.
I hate to break in and end the song early. I know how much you guys loved it, but I have two of the dabbleverse's best streamers with me, and they're itching to get on the air. First, let me introduce from the country of Great Britain, although he claims to be Irish, Adam, Mr. Hughesy. The hell happened? Fucked that up, didn't I? Trying to do a dramatic entrance and I screwed it all up. So there we go. All right. There we go. And the other guy, Mr. Panhandler, who really is the guy that belongs here. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening, boys.
The only streaming he does is saliva at the right side of his mouth.
Here we go. All right. Well, this is what's fun.
It's gonna start. This is it's is this the way it's gonna go, boys?
Probably.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what's amazing is that music was so hot and like banging, and then the three of us get on, and it's like, where's the beef? You know?
I think all three of us are too old to use the term banging to describe anything.
I get it, bro. That song is very, very catchy, and I'd never paid attention to the lyrics before. And I enjoyed it. Who made that final boss? He did a good job.
Yeah, he did do a good job. And I know they like to give the kid a lot of shit, but he really did a good job on that one. I cannot complain. So that's it. How are we, gentlemen?
At the same time?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm sure you're adults. You can handle it. Like, you can figure out how to do it.
Okay, Pan, we'll both answer him at exactly the count of three, okay? Right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm having a good day. I had a day off work. I was playing a new video game, ate incredibly unhealthy food, and they couldn't give a shit.
I'm not good at counting. I'm living the dream. Living the dream. If I was any happier, I'd be twins. How are you, Buckman?
I'm good, man. I got no complaints. I'm good. I like getting yelled at. So let me do my usual start because I don't want to upset the fans. MG082, thanks for being here. Josie Wales, too, thanks for being here. We've got Butter Dick Jones. Redscape 42 is here. Not Victoria 444. And I got Jim Sharkey with the Sinky Puss Squad Assemble. The Big Hurt's wife, Hughesy, she's in love with you, my friend. I hope to God you didn't send her one of your dick pics like you did the rest of us. Garrett is a hack. He thinks I bombed on BYB. Connor1234, Peanut Butter is here. Panhandler, the Big Hurt's wife, you're second if Hughesy should get hit by a bus.
Always a bridesmaid.
K-Murph, Matt Wilson. Let's just see, we've got some names here. Kimboli, hey Kimboli, Gentle Loves with the hi cuties. And she must just be looking at me. And I think, yeah, all right. So we've gone through the quickest roll call in the history of Schmuel Talk. First question, Mr. Hughes. Is he gay?
I am.
Karmic?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think he's gay. I think their relationship is fake. I think this breakup is fake. I think his state of drunkenness is fake. I think his sore throat the other day was completely fake. Buckman, do you remember in Vegas I lost my voice because of drinking?
I do, yes.
and it was just really hoarse. I didn't start talking like this overnight, and it didn't get higher and higher pitched once I noticed people were laughing on fucking Clown Town.
I'm sorry. It's interesting you said that, though. Go ahead.
And that's because I'm an interesting person, but shut up a second. The fact that he was then able to sing AC/DC Back in Black, it's like, really? So your throat is so bad and it doesn't hurt at all that you can now sing and change volume while you're singing and all this stuff. It's the fakest, stupidest fucking shit ever. And I'm saying this is a guy that watches WWE. It bothers me to see that there are people falling for the work again. I don't know how many times this has to happen before people catch on and realize, I think he might be full of shite here. Panhandler?
We talked about this last year, right? We think he's gay, probably gay. I have no idea. All I know is we're all kind of adults here, at least chronologically. And we've probably, most likely, all of us and listeners, everyone's had a toxic relationship where we've probably said or done some stupid shit, going through breakups. But this stuff is like ridiculously juvenile, right? Like, I mean, the shit they're saying about each other now is insane. I watched a couple of clips of him last night or whatever. He's getting off the fucking rails with this shit.
But Panhandler's right. We saw this last year where they broke up, and then and wouldn't you know it, they ended up going on MLC for paid appearances, and they all said shit like what's the name? Gilly said before that he couldn't come and all this stuff. It's like that's because you're fucking unattractive. That's the answer to the problem. Like, I do think he's gay, but I also don't think that a straight guy can fuck her. That's the point. That's the issue here. I don't even think Granny would fuck her for money.
I thoroughly disagree with you.
Yeah, I can disagree with that too.
Completely. It's him. It's not her. I can't imagine being, 42 and having a woman standing naked in front of me and not being interested. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, with her face,
I wouldn't be, but it was in the dark, it turned out anyway.
But that was a comment I wanted to bring up too. Like,
not dark enough.
How do you not know? What does it matter whether the lights are on or not? I mean, you kind of know where insert tab and the tab is, right? Like, it's not like difficult to figure out. You don't really need a light on to know where to put things. I would hope.
If there's a hole, put it in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Send Zia Anderson the link,
please.
Oh well. And look, man, I understand she's not attractive and all that other stuff, but I don't know.
Panhandler, who do you
something I would do it.
Who do you think's better looking, Gilly or Zia Anderson?
I'm gonna have to go with Zia on this one. I will defend her. That one time she did that strange stream that narrows it down, where she had the bikini top on and she kind of had her hair done and a little bit of makeup. I mean, it did soften her up a little bit. Like, I think she dresses down or looks more mannish. I don't know if that's part of her style or what, right? Because she's always wearing like multiple layers. Who knows how? Like, I've never seen her in person. I haven't met her. I've only seen her, on stream mainly. But no, she's no Zia Anderson. But she's not a complete and total mongoloid. I mean, she's whatever, average or just a regular gal. Again, she's not ugly enough where you can't get it up, right? I mean, if a woman starts rubbing your crank, it's time to go, right? No. Yes. Where's Kankles? She can answer that.
I'd put Kankles over fucking Gilly.
Yeah, I mean, we all would, but look, whatever you want to say. I've seen Gilly, pictures of Gilly performing on stage and doing that stuff, and it's just like, admittedly, I've been with worse, and who am I? As Pope Francis said, who am I to judge? Right?
Neither one of them are going to win a beauty contest. Again, we say this all the time in the dabbleverse. You guys have been to events. You went. I mean, it's a mongoloid convention. There's not a bunch of great looking dudes. There's not a bunch of great looking women. And I'm sick of saying this too. On average, the women are better looking than the men. overall. Again, low bar, but it's kind of true.
There's a question for the chat. I'm sure they'll donate in with their answers. Who is the better looking person, Buckman or Gilly? Or no, wait a minute. I meant to say Carmick or Gilly. Which one? Who's the looker in that couple? Because I think he's fucking ugly, and I think she's fucking ugly. Extremely unattractive. Very, very unattractive. So I just think that and the whole thing happened because Pat Dixon wouldn't give her any attention. That's the only reason. And once he officially didn't give two fucks, and I'm going to say what I said the other night. The fact that they broke up just as he started a brand new YouTube channel so that a whole lot of people could suddenly super chat and donate in. It's like, come on, what are you fucking retards? And then she went on MLC streaming with his green screen in the background. It's like, well, what the fuck's the green screen there for? You can't. Brennan. I just thought that the whole thing was fucking. It's so dumb. It's just fucking stupid. I'm stupid, and I shouldn't be able to notice that this is dumb.
The Sorcerer Gypsy just became a member. I disagree with you, man. You keep thinking that this is all a work. I think that there's some working that they're trying to do, but I don't think these two are creative enough to pull off a work.
But they did it before twice.
They didn't. What was the work, Juicy?
When they've pretended to break up before, and then stupid, totally straight Carmick hit the camera, and Gilly was right there beside him. Oh, I gotta get my Red Bull here. Remember?
No, yeah, that was like post him calling her all those names. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, this is way after that.
Yeah, this is when they were supposedly broken up for the second time.
He did, yeah, but that right, okay, all right, I understand, but that was like a one-off.
It was
That's
the
what I
second
mean
time.
by like they're not creative. It's like I'm sure they came up with that idea on the fly, you know, like his Caddy Z stuff and whatever. He can't.
Yeah, Caddy Z was an opportunity for Carmick to be gay.
Yeah. Hey, Sorcerer Gypsy, and we did miss this. Panhandler, glad to see the trolling deleted the Santa beard. Thank you for the $1.99. Looks like somebody got a haircut, trimmed their beard, face evened up.
No,
a lot of good stuff going on.
No, the beard thing is, I've got a kind of simple rule. Like, I want to grow very big beard all the time, and it gets to a point where when your beard hair starts getting in your mouth, I can't take it. Where it gets that awkward phase, and I'm like, okay. I have a rule. It happens 3 times. You got to trim it down. So, plus it's the summer. It's very, very hot in Charlotte, North Carolina. Or I think it's very, very hot on the East Coast in general. So, you got to get rid of it. But going back to and thank you, Sorcerer. Nobody is as dreamy as the Sorcerer. Well, maybe Beloved Chatter. Those two are having a 1-2 off. For Gilly, like, just say it's all legit and they did like each other and it was a relationship. Like, for her, it's like a second, like, how is this any fun? Like, monitoring everything he does, or worried about if he's drinking or doing drugs or whatever the case may be. Like, it just seems exhausting to me. Why would you want to be in that kind of relationship? Relationships are tough enough. Like, why would you need to worry about every little thing he's going to do or say? Like, there obviously is absolutely zero trust between the two of them. Now he's complaining or crying or talking about some guy named Steve or Sugar Daddy, which this is an arc I did not see coming. So I can't wait to send Steve the link. Let's get some answers from Steve.
Sorcerer is in the chat, and we wouldn't want to ask him to violate anything. But isn't this like a type that wanting to take care of somebody like this and wanting to save him?
Yeah,
like
cunt.
Gilly seems like she's that type to me. Like, this is the joy that she gets in a relationship. Like, you're like, oh, it's tiring and who wants to do it? But it might be something that it works for her.
Okay, well, it doesn't come across as a compassionate, I want to save this dude or I want to help this guy. It comes across, again, we're getting one side of the story, really, and she has kind of a history. It seems more of a from a control aspect than I'm going to help this. Like, it's not like a supportive, hey, I got you, whatever, I got your back, this type of thing. Let me help you.
Do you think though that any of it from Karmic's side is performative? Because
Yes.
when he was on Clowntown, and I think you were there, were you, Pan?
Not the whole show, but part of it, yes.
Yeah, I thought that, like, I understand it was funny, and then it was making people laugh, but I thought he was coming across as completely ridiculous, and like I'm just repeating myself now.
Yeah, he's got such a ridiculously, you know, I guess sort of a standard. What we consider ridiculous, he's always kind of ridiculous, right? So it's hard to tell for me the levels of it. I kind of get lost in.
Thank you, Lady KB, for the $2. The beard was irritating Pan's boyfriends.
He liked it. So fuck off.
Yeah. Usually, I don't know. I was listening to Pretty Antisocial and the stuff she was saying about Felicia and whatnot. And I think, I don't know, man. I sat there going, no, this was Carm. I'm 100% sure, like the breathalyzer, the drug test, all that shit was him wanting it and her going along with it.
I think if you wanna, test me for substances, there, or is he making the whole thing up because he's just looking for attention and content online as he's trying to rebuild his YouTube presence?
I will say I believe her that one at where he was so desperate to get her back that he offered the drug test or the breathalyzer. Like, I do believe that was probably his idea. Like, I'll even do this if you stay, right? He was at that desperation mode to get her back. I'll do anything. I'll say anything. Just take me back. Here's are the conditions that sound good at the time. And then the next week you're like, ugh, why did I get back with this woman?
Yeah.
I don't ever feel like there was a time where he was like, ugh, why did I get back with this woman? I think he really got hurt that they broke up. And there's Gentle Lows for $1.99. Buckman rules. This girl gets it.
Yikes.
No, I think you guys, I don't know. I think you're overestimating Felicia, or am I saying, or underestimating her? Because the other night, right, when he first started this, when he came back, it was like how she found the pill and he was drinking in Vegas, and then she said she left, right? And it's like my impression was she left him. He didn't break up with her. It wasn't like he got upset and walked away. He'd have stayed forever.
Yeah, she left his house because she found the hydrocodone or the Vicodin or what, same difference, where he was saying it was codeine for the first couple nights. And she left. But then he later said that he flipped out when she found it because, he was embarrassed. You know how guys get when they finally get busted and there's nowhere to turn. You try and gaslight them, as the kids love to say, and we use in this universe too much, and kind of reverse the gimmick and, start blaming her for it. It's her fault that she found it.
Or did they cook up or work together?
I don't think it's a work. You do? I don't. I just think they're two very strange people.
I think there are a couple of cunts who need this type of attention. I think that getting back on MLC, Brennan is clearly Carmic's new Pat Dixon. And I think Carmic's whole thing is, I need to get on MLC. I need Mr. Brennan to look at me so that I can feel nice. And Brennan, I gets them on when they have a storyline specifically. I'm pretty sure before the end of this week, Brennan's going to have Karmic and Gilly on at the same time. So strap in for the predictableness.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, I definitely think that's the angle Kevin's going for, or working, and no one's going to be surprised if that happens. But Felicia, she hasn't been really streaming throughout this whole ordeal, right? The other night with Kevin, Sunday night or whenever it was her first time on screen in a long time. Like, she's been staying out of it. She's not wanted him to even mention her name. She was Esteban for 4 months. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if she wants the attention. But again, when she gets on there, she too says some wild shit about him that like no man wants their ex to start saying this shit just in the friend group or the mutual friend group, let alone online to the world. You know, can't get it up, and he's talking about her odor or this, that, the other thing. Like it's just they're both. What is she's mid-30s? He's over 40. Like, it's kind of wild.
She's only in her mid-30s.
No, they're both the same age.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, they're both like 42.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a fucking rough 30 years she's been having.
Never.
Husey, go on about how it's a work for a minute. I got to turn off a fan.
No.
We'll just let dead air. Oh, this is great when the camera follows him. That one's-
Okay, so he's just doxed his office.
Now it's going to take him forever to get the camera right. Let's just hope he does that peeking thing to get the camera to come around. Oh, no, he tapped.
Sorry. No.
It was the best part of the show.
But I will say, I remember a couple of months ago, the great Adam Hughes, did a stream where we said, what's the next storyline for Cormac and Gilly? One of the options was accusations of abuse, which I'm pretty sure she's going to turn and start going, he was fucking aggressive with me. And he going, oh, I wasn't. You were the one that was aggressive with me. And it'll be all this type of shit. And Brennan sitting there going, wow. And that's why I don't watch MLC. Basically, I turned it around to complain about that. But yeah, that's that, Buckman.
Sorcerer Gypsy for $1.99. This is actually sort of the next subject I was going to in this. The finances were intriguing, right? The part where he was whining he only made enough money in YouTube to pay for himself for a month. He couldn't pay for her.
So so him saying that, and that backs up my accusations that they're back with a grift on YouTube to fucking say, well, now that I'm single, don't you know, you can write in to troll me about her or write in to insult her and I'll read it out on the air. All this shit. It's the grift is afoot, Buckman. Right,
Yeah.
Panhandler?
Well, how how long does that go for? A week or two, as far as him talking about Gilly and crying about it? Like, the grift would have to be him trying to get her back, or them getting back together and getting another plane ticket. It's going to be that he's going to have to make up with Scarlett. She's going to come on, whatever's going on with Ralph. Like, but how to Hughesy's point, we've seen this show before, literally. So how many weeks does it last if this is his plan to make money and survive for the rest of his life?
My guess is Gilly starts dating another man. He then goes on MLC with Gilly, and he's going to say stuff like, oh, I'll kick Cormac's ass and all this shit, all this stuff. So then Cormac comes on totally drunk to MLC, and they'll have a type of insult back and forth stuff where Cormac loses his voice and does all his act. And then Rocco parodies the act on his Saturday show. Then Cormac goes on Clown Town to sort of recap the entire thing. And then they come up with another angle the next month. It's wrestling.
It was interesting. Sorry, if you want to read the big read.
I do. Jason Bentley for $10. Good evening, Whoopi, Joy, and Rosie.
Hopefully,
Good evening to you, Jason. Thank you very much for the $10.
Can I do my pun?
You may.
Thanks for the view.
Not bad. It was interesting when Kevin asked her the other night if she was done with Dabbleverse Men, and she didn't say no. So who's gonna step up to the plate?
Clearwater Chad.
No, she's not gonna do that.
I didn't think she'd go with Cormac.
Maybe I'll take one for the team, for the content.
I would love it if you did that.
Could you fucking imagine?
I would love it if you did that. Yeah, her cunt probably looks like your face. But the thing is, I would love for it to be you finally do that where you bang Gilly to take one for the team, and just right then and there, you see Zia Anderson walking down the street with her divorce papers in her hands.
Exactly. She's coming to finally go out with me.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait a minute, are you Panhandler? Oh, wait, so you're in a relationship. See ya.
What if Gilly and I fall madly in love, and it works out?
No,
Happily
you
ever
would
after.
you would punch her.
Dare to dream, boys. Dare to dream.
Well, you know what's going to happen is a panhandler. Look, a panhandler even does this as a joke, as a goof. He'll fall in love, right? And then it'll be like he'll be trying to fix Gilly. That would be amazing.
Hold on. If what she's saying about Carmex is true, I'll open up her to a whole new world of getting fucked right. So it'll be a whole different girl, Gilly. Everybody knows this is fact. So you're welcome, ladies. You're welcome.
I just got hard that right now.
You're welcome.
Ooh.
I am 100% convinced that this is, well, aside from that this is real. Like, this breakup is real, and I think the shit that goes on in the relationship was real, except when you, like, I listened to Gilly when she was on with Kevin the other night, right? And I think the shit that she's saying is true, like that Karmic doesn't have much of a libido, you know? And I'm going to bet, like, when she, remember the time when there was the bro thing, when she came in the room, right?
Bro. Yeah.
Remember that? And he got caught. I'm going to imagine she just came home to grab something and caught him, right? Like, he thought he was alone and he got busted. I think he's a sneaky little prick, and
he thought he said she thought he was drinking and she canceled a gig or left her gig or whatever to get him. But
right, but he also
I'm more
said,
with you. She probably just walked in unexpectedly. It wasn't like she was looking for anything. She just went back to the Motel 6 or whatever.
Wait, what's this bro thing? I've never heard this one.
I think they were at Gilly's apartment or something, and he was streaming, and she had left, and then she came in. She must have like left something there or whatever, and she popped in the door and she caught him, and he was like hammered, and he's been then complaining that like she canceled the gig because she suspected he was drinking, which he was, but
This
that's
was online. He was, of
You
course,
gotta feel
he's
bad.
missing the whole point, Husey. He was online, streaming live, and you could hear in the background say "bro" when she walked in the room. That's all.
Well, you gotta feel bad for if she's cancelling the gig. All those people at Madison Square Garden must have been furious.
I know. But it's like sitting at home, you know, you're watching porn and then your wife walks in, kind of thing. It was
Let's dig into that. How many times has that happened to you, Buckman?
never. I don't watch pornography. I'm a good boy. Yeah, the money thing. Look, the money thing interested me. I'm trying to put. It's like a spider web, you know, and I'm trying to make connections maybe where they really aren't. But I gotta believe that, like, she's out doing these shows, like she's on the road and doing stuff, and Karmic is lazy, right? Can we agree on that?
Yes.
And it's like, he's not making money. And is there a chick on the planet that is gonna, like, wants to hang around with a lazy guy?
Latanya Vegas.
If you know one, hook me up.
Possibly, yeah. But it's like, I don't know. I got a
Most
feeling.
women want like an ambitious guy, and you know, that's doing something and is going to kind of provide and doesn't want to sit around. It had to be incredibly boring for him too, like sitting around these crappy motels, hotels, you know, in Shittsville, Alabama, or you know, Tennessee, or you know, it's not like she was touring L.A. or New York or Miami or stuff like that, right? They were mainly going to small town USA, which I love, but sitting around all day in a hotel room is going to be, because to your point, it doesn't seem like he was out exploring by himself.
I mean, but the man
probably-
lives in a shack in desolate Minnesota, so
Yeah, it's probably the big city.
you know, Dothan, Alabama is probably like paradise to this guy.
But they probably only spoke about Pat Dixon all day.
Probably.
Yeah, can you believe a Pat Dixon? I don't know whose impression that was. But that's what I'm just not buying. I think the whole thing was done to troll Pat. It didn't work. Pat Pat seems to be doing pretty well with whatever the fuck he's got going on.
We gotta hope that she and Pat get back together to really bring this thing home.
No.
I honestly don't think that David Chandler could pay Dixon enough to fuck her.
I don't know.
Again.
All right.
Well, I don't know. He could pay Granny enough either because she is, after all, a girl. But who knows? What do you call it, man? All right, so I'm going to say, look, I don't think it's a work. I think.
Really? I've never heard you say that.
I think this is a legit breakup. And I hate to say it, but I'm falling on Gilly's side on this one. I wish I didn't know about the Dixon stuff, because then I would be 100% in with it's all Karmic's fault. But I just picture him as being a tiresome partner, right? Could you imagine how much? Because everything, like, no matter what it is, it's always somebody else's fault. The guy never takes responsibility for anything. Could you imagine having to listen to this guy all day long?
She's a cunt as well. I remember she kept going on MLC and everything she said. It was another story to go on to talk about how Pat was a dick and Pat fucking once farted during the cinema during the quiet part. It was very awkward and it stank. That's the type of woman she is, and she bores me. They bore me.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to end up. But it kind of bores me. I haven't thought about Karmic in a really long time. And I'm more interested in it because of the people who are interested in it as opposed to the two of them. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, pretty antisocial. What did she do, like 5 hours yesterday?
6 hours. And she's another one. She needs a fucking intervention. She was in the chat. She doing her Patrick method of a reviewing clip, letting it play for 3 seconds and then reviewing what was said for 5 minutes. I mean, no wonder her streams are 9 fucking hours. Somebody's got to help her. That fucking
yeah, but it was look.
Somebody's got to help her.
It's weird to me because I can't watch it for that long, but it's always weird to me when I watch something and then I come back 3 hours later and it's still on.
Yeah, she's like 17 minutes into it 3 hours later. Right.
But crazy. When I come back 3 hours later, it's as interesting then as it was a while ago. It's not like one of mine where we run out of steam after an hour. The Sorcerer Gypsy, thank you. All Fair in Love and War, Pan's new podcast.
I just want to get on Cankle Talk, but she won't send me the link.
Pan needs to become officially a guy.
No, I do not. Me exiting the dabbleverse is not going well, by the way, in case anybody's wondering.
We need Pan and Rochi to do a show together because I don't know if you saw it. Rochi's first stream got sabotaged and that they bought him a load of bots. So he had like over 2,000 people watching him live. But the YouTube is now decimated the view count on him. So immediately they've started off getting Rochi in the shit. So he's not going to be able to grow from that because YouTube are now thinking this fucking guy's using pay farms or bot farms. Let's fuck with him. So they fucked him over already.
No, wait. What do you mean by they fucked him over? How did they fuck him over?
Well,
like how many legitimate viewers? How many legitimate viewers do you think that he did have?
Probably about 100.
I would say 100.
So, and what is YouTube saying? Like, how many views do you think he should have? If I went and looked at it right now, what would you think a legitimate view count for him would be?
About 200 to 300.
You would think would be, and what do you think it is? When you say YouTube screwed him, what do you think it is?
Well, I saw the view count when it was done, and it said he had 2,700 views.
Right. But that number goes, if it's bought views, that number goes down like right away.
Yeah, that's what I just fucking said earlier.
No, I know. You went on and said that YouTube screwed him. You were like, YouTube screwed him, he's on a list. Yeah, but like, what kind of like, what is he on, some YouTube, negative Ned list? He's on double secret probation with YouTube? Is that what you're trying to say?
let's not talk about Rochi's. Who gives a fuck? Like, how
We
do we
got to
get
talk.
here?
Rochi's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
topic, man. We got to go there.
Yeah.
No, we
No, I
don't.
just said that buying
don't.
views fucks over channels, so whoever bought them for them has already put Rochi in the shit.
That's my question. How did they put him in the shit? That's what I don't understand.
Well, this will be the third time I've said it. They're buying him.
Well,
views.
it makes sense. Right. I understand that they're buying him views. Right. But at the end of the day, YouTube is putting up his actual view count, right? The legit view count.
225. I just checked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I see 262, but go ahead.
do you want me to? I'll explain it again. Because when his stream was done, it said 2,700 views.
Right.
And then YouTube immediately looks at it and goes, these are bots. What's his real number? So it's not helping him. It's going to fuck over his potential growth.
Okay. I don't think it has an effect one way or the other.
Then
I
you're
think
wrong.
YouTube just doesn't count the YouTube's just not going to count them. And what we're looking at is what his organic numbers are. So I don't understand how. I'm just trying to understand how does it fuck him? That's what I don't understand.
But
From you, yeah, because you're going to go, oh, look, he had 2,000 views, and now I'm looking, he's got 262, and you're like, yeah, other people didn't understand they were buying it for him.
I'm so confused right now. I don't
This
know
is your
what.
fucking fault. You brought up Rochi. That's your fault for
Yeah.
bringing up Rochi. So fuck off.
Okay, because this view count, this buying views is a
See what
thing.
you
This
did.
is
Give me
this
3
is what
hours
hap-
of this now.
This
3
is what
hours.
happened to Eccles, right? So Eccles was on a show. They brought him views. He got they brought him viewers. He had like 2,000 live views. We knew it was fake. And at the end of the show, right? They just don't count the bot farm viewers. They just count the regular viewers. It didn't have a negative effect on Eccles. I'm not understanding how it wouldn't have a negative effect on Rochi.
Because it's bad for your algorithm.
But you only did one show. You don't really have an algorithm.
I hope I have an aneurysm.
Yeah.
I realize I am.
Can I just point out that Bachman rightfully has an R word on his shirt?
It's
You
a
earned
B,
that.
but it's okay. It looks like an R to the people in Ireland.
That's because it
Have
says
you been working
R.
out, Buckman? You're looking swole, big fella. You hitting the weights?
Probably just getting fat.
Me too.
Probably just getting fat. All right. So did you see the Rochi show?
I did.
And what did you think?
It was. I like
Ashley as
his.
the first guest was an odd choice.
I like his back and forth with Ashley, because very bizarre personalities mixed together.
But Ashley doesn't pay attention. She was like in the chat, and she, it was just a total shit show. The little bit I watched, unlike this one that is running completely smoothly.
Yeah.
The irony's not lost on me with that. What I just said after it came out of my pie hole.
The Tommy Jordan for $5 who explains what Husey didn't, and now I understand. Husey no speak any English. Buckman, it can mess with his channel because YouTube shadow bans when YouTube detects fake views.
Why are we talking about Rochi is the bigger question.
We're not talking, but this is Panhandler. This is the same shit we wound up with Schmuel last night, right? We're not really
nobody
talking
watches
about Rochi. We're talking about the buying of fake views and how it affects the algorithm, right? And Rochi just happens to be the example because he was the person that was there.
Okay. Shuli was taking a vicious beating in the chat, by the way. It was MLCS.
On me.
On your show, or your stream. Or
The problem with that was I had because I go into the show with the 3 topics prepped, and after each topic you stop to react to if there's any super chats have come in, but there was so many had come in for it was like an hour of the first topic.
Well, that was my. Of course, Ray DeVito is calling me. Should we answer it?
God damn it, Ray.
Hey, Ray. I'm on the streaming here with Husey. How you doing?
You're always streaming. I knew. You know what? I knew the second you answered, I knew you were streaming.
Well,
You only answer when you're streaming, buddy.
well, what can I tell you? Because you're a big star. Everybody wants to hear from you.
We don't.
Tell Husey
He can hear you.
blocked on my Twitter. He said I blocked him on Twitter. Go look, Husey.
I don't know.
You lying bastard.
He looked right now. He said you're still blocked. He's blocked, Ray.
He's not blocked.
All right, dude. I'll call you back after this is over. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye. Wow, you guys don't like Ray. Look at the both of you got fucking sour pusses on when I answered that call.
No, I like Ray. He just has Bell's palsy.
I don't. I mean, I don't like any of you fucking idiots.
Dang lizard. Nobody in the dabbleverse gets viewers because of the algorithm. I think we're
in the dabbleverse. We'll get dabbleverse shows if you're not subscribed to it, or clips or stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think some random jackass is going to get the Rochi stream.
well, not yet,
You
but
bastard.
maybe in time. What did you think of the choice of Ashley as his first guest?
I just said it was very odd.
Not you. I'm asking Husey. Sorry,
Pay
you already
attention,
answered the
man.
question.
Yeah, and I just said that I thought it was a great mixture of two strange personalities.
Okay, and it was good. But overall, Jesus, give us a bigger critique. Do you think that's what you would have done if it was your first stream? Were you happy that Rochi did it, or is it surprising now that Rochi's a guy? I mean,
I love how you get annoyed when questions you haven't actually asked don't get answered. I thought it was good. I think Rochi is going to have a great show. I would keep Ashley on as a co-host if possible because she's their back and forth is funny. I wouldn't keep it specifically just them, and I hope he doesn't just review Joey C clips because that'll get stale really quickly. But overall, I do think Rochi's a guy. I think he's very funny, and in Hackamania, he was known as being a naturally fun and funny person. So yes, I think that Rochi's going to do well as long as he sticks to it and doesn't not stick to it.
will he get caught up in super tips and super chats? Do you think? Do you think he'll get lured in by the money?
Especially once the DabbleCon and the Hackamanias get announced, he'll be like a fucking hell, because it is expensive. Because if he'll want to go again, but Echo helped cover that for him last time. So once Rochi sees how much it'll actually cost, along with how the faggot English government keeps fucking over the disgusting English people, that he's gonna feel the pinch. So he's gonna see exactly how important grifting / super chats etc. Help in the long run.
Does he not have a job?
I don't know.
Okay, because there's always that option to get a job. Therefore,
Diablo Sandwich for $2. What do you and Ray possibly talk about so much? That's the joke. Is the only time I ever answer the phone is when I'm on stream, and he doesn't want to talk when I'm on stream. Ding, ding, ding. So we don't really talk that much. But that's my gimmick. Go ahead.
I gotta say, there's actual gay guys right now who are sucking each other's dicks and swallowing cum, who will find out about Dabbleverse guys exchanging phone numbers, and they'll go to each other. These Dabbleverse are a bunch of queers. Nobody's ever getting my number.
I got the hat now.
Yeah.
So do you think I was thinking Rochi's he's gonna wind up going to DabbleCon 2 or 3 or whatever it is, and he's gonna be the new Looney Tunes critic, or he's gonna be a rock star. You think people would be asking him for his autograph and stuff?
God, I was saying this on All Apologies the other day, that I know exactly what it's like to be Michael Jackson now. Because I remember I went to buy a Gatorade at the hotel, and somebody goes, "Oh, hey, Husey." And I'm like, oh, fuck. These stalkers. But Rochi, I think's already had his moment because he and I have the thing that I like to call positive racism, where everybody's like, "Oh, I want to meet the weird voice people," and then they meet them, and then the second time it's not going to have the same effect. So the second time around, I'm going to have to do stuff like buy drinks and let other people finish their sentences and not burp while they're talking, etc. So it's going to be a very different experience.
So there's going to be like there's going to be another Husey, right? Like you were the rock star in Vegas, and so the next one you go to, somebody else will be the rock star, and you'll have to take care of them.
I think it'll probably be at the next one. It'll be New Girl or Lemmy. If they go to the shows, the people will be freaking out, going, "Oh fuck it! It's the attractive small women."
I could just picture Lemmy would be like the queen of the hive, you know, wherever she goes. I could just picture groups of people following her everywhere. Connor 1234 celebrates 1 month of membership. If you ask a question, listen to the answer. Thank you, Connor.
Good luck, Connor.
If I did that, I wouldn't be me.
At least he hasn't started playing Candy Crush yet on his phone. That's in the next segment.
I only do that. I only do that when on certain shows.
No, I think that Lemmy would have really loved Hackmania because of the weed store was down the street, and the fact that weed's legal there, so she could walk down the fucking thing smoking joints and weed all day, and it'd be. Can you smoke weed in the bar?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Well, but when you did go over to the elevator area, not as much this time as the last time, but when you went over to the elevator area, it stank of weed.
Yeah, all of Vegas stinks of weed.
People were smoking weed on the elevator, and
you know, it's a shame. I was saying this to Lemmy. Is that they've shut down the Heart Attack Grill in Vegas, and I remember walking past that with Buckman. That's you. When we were going there, and I thought, fuck, I would actually love to go there sometime just for the experience, and now it's fucking gone.
That's a sad story.
Yeah.
we didn't get you up there to weigh yourself though, right?
Yeah.
Did you get cankles on there? Did you get cankles on the scale?
No, it was 248.
That's lighter than I thought.
There were a significant number of fat people.
Shocking.
Getting weight. But what was funny is because there were like guys that were like going up there and they're all proud of their weight, you know? They're like getting up there and it was like 327, and they were, you know, like they like won the UFC, and then there were women that were getting up there and it was like 128, and they're like, no, I'm 126. So it was actually pretty funny. I needed to see if that worked. Thank you. And the super chat, they upgraded it, so it's like a Windows upgrade. Ever since they upgraded it, I can't take anything off the freaking screen. So
because you were so good at it before.
I know. Hey, I caught on to this upgrade quicker than other people. I'll tell you that. There are still some people out there doing it. But how did you feel, like, QZ, when you went to Vegas and people were like really excited to see you? And I don't think you could buy a drink in Vegas, right?
No, I mean, I bought a few, but yeah, I definitely, that first night in Vegas, I was pretty much constantly double gunning it because of the strange generosity of Americans.
Yeah, because when I went to Rodney's, I sat at a table and I was like, we wanted separate checks, but we didn't get them. And I was sitting next to Johnny Payton, number 8, and the bill came, and Johnny wouldn't let me pay. Right, and I was like, it was like $57, or something like, I don't remember. We're around 50, and I was trying to give him like $30, and he would not take the money from me. You know. And it's like, it's a weird feeling because I don't like that, because then I feel like I got to do the same thing, you know? Sorcerer Gypsy for $9.99. Husey and Dave Sarah tried to buy me a drink at 9 a.m.
I gotta tell you, one of the greatest beers I've ever had in my life, and I've had a few. Great stuff. Was me and what's his name, Christian Blatt, went and got a couple of tall boys around breakfast time.
Already, the story's bullshit. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, what are you talking about? That's what we fucking did.
No,
Pat
I mean
Dixon
the greatest
can-
beer you ever had with Christian Blatt. Come on now.
No, I said one of, not the fucking greatest. Don't put words in my mouth, you little cunt.
I'm like cock in your mouth. What?
This is a good episode. Yeah, so there was just a nice big tall boy, and you could drink it in the street, and no one's going, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And I was like, every day is St. Patrick's Day in Vegas.
And there's no time, right? It's like you don't need a watch or a clock. It's
Yeah.
just 24/7.
I honestly can't wait to get back there next year. I've already put aside funds so that as soon as the tickets go on sale, I can immediately book the ticket, get my hotel booked, and it's like, right, that's no more thought needs to go into it. It's already saved and paid for.
Keep having Julie on.
See, Carmick, this is what a person with a real sore throat sounds like. It's not like fucking Starscream from the Transformers.
Decent reference.
Thank you.
Very good. It's better than a Sonic reference, the hedgehog thing. Hey, back to Carmick, right? So Carmick's on Rumble. Is it possible that he could reestablish his old identity and make the money that he was making before? I mean, he was at one point, wasn't he making like $5,000 a month?
I don't know, but he's back on YouTube.
Well, he's simulcasting to the non-monetized channel where he had his AI music, right?
Yeah, but they can still watch through YouTube and they can super chat him. So he's back where he was.
Well, not super chat him. They can send chats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, but if he puts the super tip link, sorry, super tip in the chat, then he can do all wacky stuff and be like, "Oh, look at my legs! I'm playing guitar." It's hilarious. You really got to check it out.
Yeah. Look, very few people in this universe actually
Let me
get
interrupt you a second.
viscerally
Wouldn't
mad,
it be
but
funny
he does. Go ahead.
if he was going to play his leg guitar and he stopped because it was out of tune? And he tuned the guitar up and then started all over again. I think that'll be funny. Hit the like button.
That's it. You know what? You give that one to Stuttering John because he could use it in his act.
Yeah, should have.
He's coming back.
Starscream one. Should have quit with that one.
But that's one of the things, though, about Carmick that always annoyed me is, and that's why I think he's so full of shit with all this, because he was like, he played guitar, he did all, like, he said all the, I make music, and I was doing the underneath track, and nothing. He came in, he had, 3 or 4 hopping songs, and that was it. So who do you think wrote them for him?
AI.
I don't know, but those new videos are out of hand. That hotshot video with the ginormous breastises. That's a nice hook. He released a new video, so.
Yeah, that's what do you call it? It's funny, like the larger the breasts get in his videos, the more gay I think he is.
Okay.
You know, I don't know.
Breaking news! The engagement's off with Lemmy and I. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Already?
It was a good run. Yeah. So back on the market, ladies, looking for a rebound.
I think you were breaking Hughesy's heart there.
Mm-hmm. She broke it off. I think he Carmaxed her.
K-Murph made it actually into a joke. He twisted his nuts to tune his leg guitar. That's very funny. Thank you, K-Murph. All right. So I'm sure Hughesy will be back, but what's got you pissed off this week, Panhandler?
Nothing really, actually. I'm not. It's hot, but as far as the dabbleverse is concerned, there's nothing. Like I said, the only semi-interesting thing, not semi, but we already discussed, was the beating that Schmuel took from the chatters. I'm not a huge TSN guy, just mainly because I'm not interested in John that much, so I never really watched it. But I didn't realize how much he was really, really disliked. The super chats on Hugh's show the other night were pretty wild. Just
Oh man, they really don't like him. I took a beating last night on BYB.
good. You suck.
Because I didn't. Yeah, well, it wasn't because I sucked. It was because I had not gone after Schmuel. But
For
I
what?
plan to talk about that with Husey, assuming he comes back. But yeah, because it was amazing with the super chats. Like I thought, oh, he's going to read some super chats and we're going to stop and then we're going to ask some questions. I had no idea Schmuel was getting off early, and
But what were you supposed to go after him for?
everything. You know, Menser math, not being funny, trolling an old man, all sorts of stuff.
All shit that I couldn't give a fuck about. The Menser math stuff, he's explained that and answered that question a fucking 100 times on his own show, on other people's shows. What is there left to be questioned about him? It's like fucking. If they make another John Lennon documentary, it's like, I think we've heard the story. Like, this is about the time when he almost didn't write Imagine, but then did. It's like, who gives a fuck? Can you imagine?
Yeah, but usually you're kind of notorious, like, and I get it. You don't want to lose access, and you want these guys to go on your show. It's good for your show, but you don't really go after anybody either. Press that, not even necessarily go after them, but not ask them difficult questions or put them in a difficult spot. Yes, you read the super chats. More times than not, you take the guest side.
Well, yeah, because I've never had anybody on that I don't like, apart from Buckman.
And
That's why there's no black people on.
But the other thing too, though, is you do you'll bring somebody on, and you can tell me that this is not intentional, but you'll bring somebody on knowing that they have a beef with somebody else. So
Yeah,
you're all in for the fight, but then you sit there and go, I had no idea that was going to happen. And it's no matter what happens on your show, you always walk away clean. Like, nobody ever blames Husey. You sat there, poor Keanu sat there while you had, let me read every one of those super chats over and, like, just go one after the other, after she'd been crying and stuff. And at the end of the show, she hates me, but she's like, I like you, Husey.
But that's because you started giving her shit while she was literally crying.
Well, I didn't give her shit. I just
No, you
pointed
did.
out.
You started going after, going, what about the time you say, well, that's Brennan again. It's just the same type of Jewy voice. See? Tall boys.
The Bladcast for $5. Husey has a lot in common with Michael Jackson. I believe he's hosted similar sleepover parties. 9 a.m. Vegas Tall Boys with Husey was a core memory. Thank you very much for the $5, Christian.
you all do Vegas very differently than I do Vegas, by the way.
And
What do you, fuck hers?
Companions. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you did go after Kiki. You started giving her shit about how she spoke to somebody while she's already crying. And then, shockingly, you wouldn't let it go. And
no, I didn't let it go because she sits there and she cries and she's playing or acting or being the victim, and it's like, whoa, you put this shit a lot out. You put this out there. You're just getting back what you put out there. This isn't like, it's not like, you're this nice, wonderful little, person. It's not like you're Lemmy and you came on and you never did anything wrong in your life and all these people are shitting on you like out of the blue. That was my point.
well, Kiki's been on the show, I think, like 8 times now or something. And I would say that was the one time that the chat really was harsh on her. I'm sure they've said other shit, but that one, I never really asked her about it, but I think she was having a rough day generally. Then she had to come look at my face. And then on top of that, the chat was like going, "Oh, you're fucking your cunt is too big" and all this stuff. So I will say this: her crying over Green Day was a disgrace. I text her a message every day going, "You're a piece of shit. I hate Green Day. Fucking garbage."
Yeah, look, I was also a little bit. I had to wonder if the tears were manufactured, but and I got the answer. They
No,
weren't.
I mean like, we don't know what's going on in people's lives. Like last week, I'm not really going to go into it. The last couple of weeks, I was going through hell, and I was very, very fragile, should we say? But now everything's okay, and I realized that I'm better than you. So yeah, so everything's okay. But we don't know what Kiki was going through at the time, and that's why I remember I saw a clip of Dixon covering that, and it's when I realized, oh shit, this is actually hurting her. Like that's why when she left, I couldn't believe it. She fucking came back because I thought, like, fuck, now they're just gonna double down because they know exactly what to say that can hurt you. It's like if you watch, there was a great boxing fight the other week, Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley, and Wardley has scar tissue above his nose. So he got a light jab early into the fight, and his face just started gushing blood. So now Dubois realizes, okay, there's my target. I'm just going to keep hitting him there, and knowing that that's his weak spot. Do you get what I mean, Buckman, or do I have to go back to the start?
No, 100%. I mean, that's you show them it's a great analogy to a boxing match. I mean, you show them your weak spot, they're going to go for it, right?
I just said that.
That's what they do. I'm agreeing with you. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. It's like you're like streaming with you is like streaming with a woman. So and Panhandler wanted a woman on here tonight. So I think we managed to pull it off.
I think that all streams are better if there's at least one woman on the panel.
I agree. They're hard to come by, though.
That's why I'm always, every time I'm streaming, well, Lemmy pretty much is the co-host, but I always will say to Keely, I always say to Kiki, Mommy and KB, I invite quite often. I'm doing an episode on Thursday and with Dixon and Lemmy, so maybe one of you fucking whores will get an invite between then and Thursday, you sluts.
I was going to say, speaking of whores, and then bring somebody up, but I won't because that would be really rude. So I'll save them for a couple of minutes from now. Sorry. Panhandler is back. In the dab, like in the leveling up of the dab, anything like besides Karmic and Gilly, anything surprise you in the last week or so? Like, has anything different happened that you weren't expecting?
Nothing different, but I will say that the steel toe thing, I thought that was ridiculous. Where he played a clip that one of his trolls sent him, and then straight away in the clip it started saying, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it's stuff that he's legally not allowed to address or mention. And I just thought, like, I don't want anybody getting in trouble for this shit, but that was so fucking dumb. And I haven't heard any follow-up to it, but I thought, you silly goose.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was also the hot tub picture was up there, or the hot tub stream was up there for a couple of seconds. And
oh, really?
I think he addressed it the other day, and who knows, he's full of shit. I would love to see him go back to jail. He's such a cocksucker. So I was rooting for it. But he said that he has some sort of conditions in his probation. If something like this comes up, he's got to immediately remove it, delete the stream, and then notify his probation officer, which he said he did. So it sounded kind of legit, his explanation, actually.
Yeah, or you could just, prep a show.
Yeah, you could vet the stream. Yeah, vet the links before he plays them, but that would require work, and he's another guy who's extremely lazy.
That's like the other day I was streaming Panhandler and Buckman came on late and he's so retarded looking that I thought, oh, this is where I get porn bombed.
Yeah, that was a brilliant move, by the way. Me and Buckman and I stream all the time together, and to have us both at the same time. So good job, Husey.
I was like, what's the point?
Right.
Right?
I don't remember it, so it must have been good.
Canoe.
No,
it wasn't.
I think Husey knows what it is. Is that you and I are a draw panhandler. We bring the numbers.
I think it's one of his lowest viewed shows in recent history.
And he wanted to get some of that panhandler Buckman heat.
The rub. Right.
Yeah.
The chicks dig Panhandler. He's got a set of shoulders on him. He's got a cheeky smile. He's not gay.
I told the story the other day that I met Kankles twice in person, once in AC and once in Vegas, and she's walked away from me 3 times in a mid sentence. So no,
She told me that you're so masculine, charismatic.
Right, she couldn't handle it.
And she got so horny that she had to go sit down because her legs were getting weak.
Right, and then she slid off the chair. All right,
Yeah.
that's a better story. Thank you.
That's what she told me.
Thanks for building me up, buddy.
Oh, that was a slug trail. I thought she just peed herself.
Fuck's sake, slug
Jesus
trail.
Christ. We didn't take it.
I have to be vulgar when we're talking about a woman's cunt.
Men of Schmuel's age should never say the dab, Jim Sharkey.
No,
That's
it's the dab.
That's the joke, dude. Stick with it. And Sharky, you got to check your email DMs there, buddy. Let's just see here. The other. Go ahead.
Can I just? It's funny you mentioned DMs. So Twitter has done this weird thing now where it like puts unread DMs in like categories, which I didn't discover that until today. Or earlier this morning, so there's a lot of people have been sending me DMs for months that I've never replied to. So sorry, I wasn't being rude or obnoxious. Twitter has changed how DMs are sent, so I will slowly get back to them if I can. But there's also a lot of porn spam in there.
I had a very similar thing. I don't know if it was. I think it might have been Dabbling Down Under had been sending me DMs, and I didn't see them. And the guy felt like I was mad at him and not responding. And then one day I go over and I'm like, hey, why do I have like 7 DMs from this guy?
Yeah.
That go back weeks. So this back to the steel toe thing. The guy is, for $5 I'll play any link that you send me. Right? If you're on probation and you know that people are out to get you, I mean, how fucking stupid is that?
Yeah,
right?
He's dumb and lazy. It's a bad combination.
So does that mean that somebody could send him like a Pornhub link?
No, I think there's some guardrails.
No,
yeah, but you could spoof the link, right? You could spoof it and send, because he doesn't.
No, but it's like you send him a link. You send him a link to a video. Yeah. He's not looking at them. He just plays them. That's what happened the other day. Like he just plays them.
Well, that's why he does it on Rumble too. So
you could send him a shit video. Like the Stuttering John thing with what's his name, BYB with Derek.
Oh man.
But is it? I think it is on. He's on Rumble now mostly. Is that what the deal is?
I guess I don't know. No one's paying attention to him anymore. No one cares what he's doing. Like I said, I'll get interested if he goes back to jail. I'll start following again.
I thought he was the reigning king of the morning. Okay. There's like a chick that reads 3 pages of the Bible in the morning, and she gets like, I don't know, 30 times the views that Steel Toe does.
You know who I honestly think could run the morning slot, but she can't do it because of YouTube's guidelines. Is Lemmy's morning show?
100%.
I don't know if you've seen it, Panhandler, but it's a genuinely great show where you get to hear all these music requests, and it's not just like play whatever currently popular. It's like obscure shit that you haven't heard before or in years, and you go, this is fucking great.
Yeah, I wish somebody would do something in the morning because there's really nothing to listen to in the morning.
I would be interested to see, just as an experiment, if you had Lemmy on YouTube in the morning for an hour or 2 hours, crocheting or knitting, some sort of DIY thing while she's just sitting there doing it and talking. I'm wondering like what the view count on that would be. I'll bet it would be enormous.
I don't know about enormous, but I think just to stick it to steel toe, people obviously like Lemmy better, so they'll just at least put a screen onto it, even if they're not paying attention.
But it's weird, like you get Lemmy, and again we mentioned earlier New Girl, and I'm not
God, you
saying
really want to fuck this chick, man. You cannot stop talking about her.
'Cause-
I'm rooting for you.
they're probably the only people that are actually liked in the whole community that are on shows.
But is New Girl really part of the community? I know she streams with that fucking fat little troll puppet guy every once in a while, but she doesn't really stream with right? She's not really. She's like dabbleverse adjacent. She doesn't really. I don't consider her part of the. I follow her on Twitter because she's hot. I don't really follow her because the dabbleverse stuff, right? She doesn't really do the show.
She co-hosts the Sunday shows for All Apologies,
Okay.
which has now gone into dabbleverse stuff. So she will now be into it more. But yeah, those two are the only two that seem to actually be generally liked. Everybody else, us included, especially you, Buckman, has a lot of people always going, "Oh, they're fucking dicks, they stink." Everybody else likes those two hers.
Yeah, I think Lemmy has appeal outside the dabbleverse. Like that's my impression is, I'm telling you, like if she just sat there again, crocheting something and just talking with people and talking with the chat, I'll bet she'd pull huge numbers, and I'll bet it would be people outside the dabbleverse.
It's because she's fucking, what's the term? Zen.
Yeah. She's attractive. She's got like that personality, and she's got a great sense of humor, and she's not overbearing. Like she doesn't have to throw it in your face. So
You're going to say big tits as well?
We're really not really splitting the atom here. Yeah, some, and this isn't even a shot at Lemmy, somewhat attractive woman puts her tits on the screen. We're going to watch. I don't care what she's doing, right? This isn't, it's fucking, this is crazy. Yes, men will watch women do anything because we're stupid. In some part of our mind, yeah, maybe I will fuck her one day. Yeah, yes. So again, we're not breaking new ground here. More women, even decently attractive women on stream instead of us three animals.
Well, I was thinking Lemmy had an appeal towards women. Like I thought that would be a show. Like her show would attract other women to watch. Like
Oprah.
She'd be like the Lifetime of the internet.
I'm starting to get mad at you. You ask what I'm mad at. I'm starting to get mad at you. So
Why? Why? Because I disagree with you, or I agree with you? I don't know what it is. What is it?
Getting me choked up like Husey. Because why I don't agree that her doing something in her stream is chill and it's a good way, just something in the background. Great. What is the percentage of women in the dabbleverse? Maybe 10 to 15%, right? It's mainly guys. So if you're saying that, could she branch out and maybe get other women that grab that? Maybe. I have no idea. But I'm just saying, as far as the dabbleverse is concerned, I think a lot of the women already watch her show.
Which may be why I said that I think she has a lot of appeal outside the dabbleverse.
Okay. All right.
Like, I think Lemmy is one of the few people among the people that stream that could potentially have an appeal outside of the dabbleverse.
How come you haven't said that before in this episode?
Because Panny didn't understand it the first 3 times, so I thought, if I explain it the 4th, maybe he'll get it. Jason Bentley for $5. Thank you so much, Jason Bentley. Hold on, Panny. You've walked away, or better yet, disappeared in mid-sentence with me several times, and my cankles are legendary.
His cankles are thick. But V, he knows where I was headed. So, yeah. And Bentley's a big dumb rube. I mean, you can only talk to him for so long before you actually get dumber. So, and since I don't drink, there's no reason to hang around him because we know Bentley is extremely generous and he's always picking up the tab. There was nothing in it for me. What, the conversation? No thanks.
And that's one of the things that I get uncomfortable with hanging out with Bentley, is that he always feels like he always picks up the tab, and
he's very generous.
I'm not, and I get uncomfortable. With that, and I feel like there's guys that like do the reach, like the old Seinfeld, at least go for the wallet a little bit.
Not in this universe,
but I actually do.
Fucking hand out.
So, hey, all right. So the other night when you had Schmuel on, Husey, did you know before that Lemmy was going to get along with him, or did you think it was like a Carl thing?
No, I knew she was going to get along with him. She that whole Lemmy and Carl thing, it doesn't make any sense to me because whatever the reason is, she's never fully explained it to me. I
He's
just
a
think
likable cocksucker. What do you need to be explained to you? He's not a likable guy. He's not.
well, I like him
because he comes on your show. Yes, I know. You don't really like him. There's no fucking way.
I like him. Yeah.
Okay.
We were
like
emailing
Schmuel.
each other the other day, making fun of you.
He's just such a smug prick. Like, there's nothing like. He's not funny. He's not good at broadcasting. There's nothing likable about. He's not. I've had a meal with him. It wasn't great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a likable person. So you don't really like him. You like him because he comes on your show, which I get because he has a bigger audience.
What were you doing at that dinner table that made your part of the meal a lot of fun?
No. He snuck his way in. It wasn't my idea.
Of course.
Why the Carl hate, Pan?
Because he's a douchebag.
Right.
You think he's a likable guy. You think he's a likable guy.
But you're like a huge.
No, answer the question.
You're a huge Brennan guy. You think he's a likable guy?
No. But I'm not saying he's likable. That's the difference. I tell Brendan to his face he's a fucking out of it old man. But he's funny.
Yeah.
I want you to answer the question. Carl's likable to you.
Yeah.
No, I know we've already got it from the mic. I'm asking Schmuel.
Did I answer the same question 4 times, Husey?
You haven't said it.
What do you call it?
See,
I think he's likable. I think he's likable enough. My thing with Carl is that I think a lot of like the dabbleverse people, I think he's got a lot of people coming up to him all the time who try to talk to him and they want to act like, they're buddies with him, that sort of parasocial thing. So I think maybe he's a little standoffish about that.
Okay. All right.
Wow, I'm surprised that didn't generate.
No, because I don't think people are like, oh my God, is that Carl from WATP? Let me get a fucking autograph and a selfie. I don't see a lot of that shit happening when he's just walking around like a big old dork.
This is probably
you're acting like he's getting mobbed as he's walking through the lobby of the plaza. Are you on fucking crack?
And people walk up to him, man. People go.
Yeah.
But he, for some reason, I don't know if it's the look on his face or whatever, but he intimidates a lot of people.
You're retarded as
No, I saw at DabbleCon too. Like Carl would, there were people that were like, they wanted to see Carl, and then Carl would walk by, and they wouldn't have the balls to say anything to him. But if Levy walked by, they'd be right up to him. Okay. Here's the best super chat of the night. Connor 1234 for $5. Panhandler complaining about a smug prick who isn't good at broadcasting, yet he streams with Schmuel.
That is fair, Connor. That is the most poignant super chat I've seen in a while.
Very accurate. Yeah.
I too am a hypocrite.
Yes, you are. But aren't we all?
But I'm not saying.
Hey, where are you, David?
I'm not saying Schmuel's likable either.
No, I look. Are
people intimidated to come up to you, Schmuel? They see you?
Oh no, nobody's intimidated by me.
You big swinging dick at the bubble craps.
No, all these fucking.
There's Schmuel. Look, honey.
No, I'm more the kind of guy that they all think they can just like shit on. So
Yes.
there we go. And what can I say? I do get people do say I'm a smug prick, but I think I'm a wonderful guy.
All right.
I think I'm happy, joyous, and free. That everybody would want to be me. Don't you want to have my life?
If you had that 14 million, I'd like that. Net worth.
It's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
All right.
That's why I'm sweating over $5 super chats. Husey, what did you see the Kim Nicholson stream at all, or any of the clips?
I didn't see it, but I did see that there was people making fun of it. I actually, I did see a clip of it used at the start of the Rochi show where she was going off on a rant about him.
And how did you feel about that rant? Was it appropriate?
Well, I thought it was funny because she was really getting into it, and I didn't know they had a problem.
Yeah,
That's one of the things I've got to say. 'Cause I remember seeing Panhandler recently talking about the chat on the show. For me, when I'm watching this show, I don't pay attention to the chat at all. I just lay in bed or have it on the phone while I'm on the treadmill and just watch the fucking show.
Yeah, no, I'm more of a chat guy. I hang out in shows where I like to chat, right?
Tom?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's people, viewers like you and viewers like me, right? Some people don't even look at the chat, and some people just pay attention to the chat.
I listen to almost all. I rarely watch them. I listen to most of them. And there's one guy. There's a lawyer. There's a lawyer guy that I like who makes me nuts because he will put shit up on screen for you to read. And it's like I miss. He'll like say something, and then here it is. Put it up on the screen, and then he'll start talking about it, and I'm like, wait, I missed it because I wasn't watching it. Genta loves Schmuel is a doll. Thank you, Genta. She's the best.
Holy shit, Thomas Massey lost his primary? What the fuck? Sorry.
Oh well.
That'll make me mad.
All right, Tug Sam. I hate the Carl takes 10 friends to Hackamania, all for free on Melton's dime. His friends do nothing except sponge off people.
Yeah, I don't get that either. The 7 people that Patrick flies out there for WATP. But that's not my business. But I agree with Tug there.
Well, if you want Carl, you got to get the rest, right?
Do you? I'm sure Patrick drew a hard line. Say, here's your offer for you and Jenny Jerkoff or whatever her name is. Here's the deal. I'm not flying out the rest of your retarded crew, or maybe Kaylee too, because again, the whole woman thing will go back to him.
Well, Kaylee, right? Kaylee is a draw. Carl is a draw. I don't know that. Is anybody else in that? Like, is anybody else there?
You want to find out to see producer Chris, or the apologies guy, or Christian Blatt, or Adam Bush?
See, I can see.
No,
I can see producer Chris because he's like an essential part of the show, right? But he doesn't handle a lot of like the tech stuff and the switching and all that shit that goes on. Right?
No idea. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I meant by an essential part of the show. I wasn't referring to his wit and charm.
Right. That's fair.
Excuse me. Like that, but
I pulled the Schmuel. I wasn't really listening. I'm shooketh about this Thomas Massey thing.
Oh, the congressman that makes a lot of noise and never gets anything done guy. That guy.
Oh, that narrows it down to about 435 of them.
All right. So Husey, what did you think about Mersch's comment about Kim Nicholson was that she should be gate kept out of the off YouTube or whatever. What do you think about that? Like, do you think Mersch would have been if there were gatekeepers when Mersch came around? Do you think he would have been gate kept?
Well, I didn't see her stream to see what was good or bad about it. The gatekeeper, I still don't really know what the fuck gatekeeping means. That that being said, like I'm all for. I say we need more women streamers. Enough of the fucking guys wearing baseball hats, calling everybody gay for 4-hour streams. Let's get some whores on the fucking show.
I
Wow.
agree. I mean, more women streamers. It's better than looking at our three ugly mugs. 100%. Yes, more. That's why Cankle Talk Live will be the biggest show in 2027. She gets off her thick ass and actually starts streaming.
I get an idea for her show title, Cankles Akimbo.
You're an idiot.
And that could be the thing. You Peter Cankles, we get AI, a big set of
That's
cankles
enough.
going across, and the fucking she appears. She goes, "Hey, motherfuckers, you're all gay."
She could do a Cankle comparison show, right?
See,
Remember when Chrissy and what the hell is her name? Keanu used to do the show where they would like judge women's clothing, like A Night in Paris or something like that. Do you remember
really?
that thing?
I've never seen it.
So women would walk by and they would talk about their outfits and all that stuff. It would be Lady KB could do that. She could have other women come on and they could like, local malls or whatever have the camera going and then judging other women's cankles. It'd be fantastic.
You know,
the ideas.
me and you girl actually almost did a show once called the Arse Podcast, and it was going to be about reviewing that week's best arses from like Instagram photographs or fucking on TV and stuff. But we were researching it, and you couldn't put any of that stuff on YouTube. You could shut down. So I was like, well, fuck it. It was good. It was a fun idea, but it lasted.
Did New Girl lose her channel?
Yeah,
she said
she's
something
got
on
these
that.
fucking people that are like really out to get her. This is like the third time it's happened to her.
What was there a reason for it? I mean, did they say anything to her? Was it just vague community guidelines or?
I have no idea. I haven't spoke to her.
Okay. So I'm glad you guys were going to do a show. Coach Muttering Jay, one of the few times I agree with him. Producer Chris, way more funny than Carl and Adam combined.
I definitely think he's the funniest guy on WATP.
Yeah. And I do know that Dave Sarah stopped watching WATP when Adam came on because he was cutting into Chris's time.
Yeah, Adam's what's the word? He's more
Jewish.
AF.
Right.
No, he's more what's the psychological or psychology. He does a more like sort of psychology thing instead of cracking jokes about dicks and farts and stuff.
The Blackcast, nobody flies me out or pays for me. I drive myself and pay my own way for fun.
My
Because
apologies.
you're a real man.
Including you with the rest of the retards, Christian. Good for you.
What's wrong with my audio?
It's very poppy.
They can hear you.
There you go.
Finally.
Finally.
That's generally the problem. What is a tosser? Mersh is a tosser. Kim is one of my top baddies.
It's an English saying of yeah, bloody tosser, calling him a wanker.
Okay.
Jerk off.
So it's wanker, you're not a karmic, right? Like a guy who can't get it up around women?
You can still rub it out flaccid. What is wrong with you?
Can you?
You can do anything if you put your mind to it.
It's an experiment.
All right.
Give you something to do later.
That's the thing. You do the biopics of Oppenheimer, where the guy, this genius who invented the nuclear bomb, and then you do the Panhandler film, the guy who invented how to come without being able to get it.
Exactly. There's my hook. We got a show idea, boys.
Yeah, he'll be the support act for us, for mine and Nellie's fucking Arse podcast. He just stands there jerking off
opener.
going, see, I can, I'm not even hard. You know?
Be the new Manhattan Project. How to put how to come flaccid. The Panhandler story.
There's the
Wait.
title of the episode.
Just saying, sometimes you like to switch it up a bit.
So to Panhandler, just because we have to ask the question, flaccid dick against a man's ass, gay?
Yes. Yes.
We just
100% gay.
yeah, we that that question tends to score the same answer all the time. There's only one person that disagrees, and that's the guy whose flaccid penis went against a man's ass. So the Husey, I did want to what do you call it?
Have sex with a man.
What is it? Tuesday?
Thanks for the Tuesday.
We could do that. Oh, speaking of which, hit the like button, people. Please hit the like button, and thank you. Actually, the ratio of people that hit the like button is actually pretty good for this show. So please do that. I would appreciate it. And Team Murph is a premature ejact.
Are you still beefing with Murph? Or Murph, I'll be right. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen. Murph?
Am I still what? I'm sorry, fighting or friends?
I said beefing. I still have trouble with my B's. Fighting, arguing, or did you guys kiss and make up like you?
No, he's beefing with me. I don't really have a beef with him. But it's just everything I say. But I was gonna go after him the other day because he did put up the Kim gatekeeping thing, and I was just, my view is the more people that do streams, the better, right? And just let the market decide. People will decide whether they want to watch them or not. And Mersh is like, that's just because you know you would have been gatekept. And I'm like, I'm thinking like, this guy's been doing this for 20 something years, still has a middling level podcast, like never really broke out. And
we've had this discussion before. No, he's never really broken out, but this is his full-time job. And I don't think it's been 20, but he's been doing it for over 10 years. So, I mean, Merch is like a cockroach. You just can't kill him.
As long
like
as
he survives off of doing, ROTC and Nightwave. He doesn't have any other income, so he's somewhat successful at it.
And as long as Kim's show isn't a fucking clip watching show, then I'm all for it. Because a lot of these clip watching shows, I don't know if you've noticed it lately, they're actually getting lazier, where they just fucking sit there, and the full clip plays in full. They just sit there and they go, "That sucked." Fuck it all.
That's like a Husey started on clip shows.
I have a controversial question about that to get into Husey with and Panhandler. But first, Mersh, he's been married to Royce for 15 years. I've heard that a lot, that if it weren't for Royce, there would be no Mersh. All right. So you talk a lot about the clip shows, Husey. You don't like them. We've talked about that before, and we've talked about the YouTube thing, et cetera, et cetera. So going back to the Menser math thing, right? Last night, when I don't really know, I don't know like the details of the Menser math thing. I don't know, all I thought was that the guy put up Zenhauser's special, and that it was non-transformed, for lack of a better word. But I'm told it was transformed. I'm told the stuff that he put up there was transformative, and Schmuel did still strike him. And then when I asked the question of, well, did he appeal any of the strikes? Did he do it? The answer was that no, he didn't, because if he did, then Schmuel would have gotten his information and doxed him. Right? So my question to you, though, is if you're going to do clips and you're going to play other people's content, don't you know that that's something that could happen?
That's exactly the thing. That is the risk that Schmuel is now doing with Stuttering John, always striking him. If you're playing other people's shit, then there you go, you're going to get caught. Yeah, but let me show us a music show. Thanks for the euro.
Thank you for the $2. The €2 thing. No, go ahead, Panhandler.
No, I want to give you dang super chat. No, but Lemmy's still playing other people's shit just because it's music, just because it's audio and not visual. It's still somebody else's material.
True.
It's licensed.
True, but that's kind of the whole point. It's like it's a online version of MTV's TRL, only it's not really good music like Christina Aguilera and stuff.
Let's get dirty.
But
But-
the thing
Go
thing
ahead, I'm
about
sorry.
it is that the dementia math stuff is everybody says it was transformative. It's like, but did you actually watch it? Because I didn't see it. I didn't know about it.
Yeah, I haven't seen. That's my thing is I haven't seen it either, and I've never seen like an explanation of what happened, you know. But I'm also but my other thing too is though is if you're gonna play in that arena, then you know you know the risk that you're taking, right? And so it's like, can you then say, well, if they you know, I was screwed, like Shuli took my channel, but the real reason why he took your channel is because you didn't appeal, but you didn't want to appeal because you didn't want to give up your information. But you sort of created that problem, right? Or am I wrong?
No, I agree with you, and it's really, again, I don't want anybody getting struck. I don't want anybody getting shut down or deleted or anything like that. But again, this is the risk you take, and if it's so bad, then start uploading, start a new channel, create your own stuff. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Because I asked, one of the questions I asked last night is I said, well, do we know if Shuli asked him to take the stuff down? And the answer was, well, why should he take it down? It was transformative. He shouldn't have to do that. And I'm like,
that's the problem with talking about that, about Shuli on BYB, is that they could be like fucking Shuli cured their cancer yesterday. Big fucking deal. What's he gonna do today? Suck his own cock? Like they just don't like him. So it doesn't matter what happens. As long as Shuli does it, they're gonna have a problem with it.
yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, yeah, Shuli could cure cancer, and then they complain how many people lost their jobs because nobody had cancer anymore. So last night on BYB, though, we had a visit from your friend, the Aussie guy, right? Who I think he was smacking you a little bit because he said that, you know, I come on your stream way too often and that you send him the link all the time, and he's selective about when he goes on. And, you know, Husey sends the link to everybody and you're just the schmuck that goes on. I felt like I was being big timed by the Aussie guy.
Sounds like he's smacking you, not so much Husey.
Yeah.
Well, he was smacking me, but also Husey. So,
You're both
because, go ahead. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Husey, what do you think about that? Do you send the link to all sorts of people and I'm the only schmuck that comes on?
No, I don't send the link to a lot of people. I do ask people in advance and say, are you available on this specific date if you want to come on? But yeah, Aussie guy doesn't come on that much. Though he was DMing me some pretty harsh shit about Tommy Jordan the other day when Tommy was on the show, and I was like, I fucking dare you to write that in the chat. But no.
What did you think of that Tommy Echo beef?
I don't understand it. I think that Tommy, I think Tommy is, I don't know if he's fucking around, but it seems like the Echo beef came out of nowhere. Like Echo, like, yeah, don't need to rehash the same old story, but Echo wasn't being like antisocial in Vegas. He just wasn't drinking. Like, I went for fucking, what do you call the Mexican food thing, the wrap thing,
burrito.
Yeah, we went for that in Vegas, and I remember talking to him in the bar on the first night. I probably said something about him being gay. He probably laughed his head off, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So he was socializing. He just was doing it a non-alcoholic version because there's a lot of fucking drinking done in there.
Yeah, I thought the beef actually had more to do with Eccles saying shit about not. It didn't. I don't think it had to do with the Vegas trip.
Yeah, I think it's too. I don't think it has the. I mean, the fruit is pretty passive aggressive, and he's a little sensitive. And we all know Tommy when he drinks, he gets a little out of control and says shit and wants to fight with people. He gets emotional, right? He gets very emotional when he drinks. I mean, I wish I could. I didn't have this rule where I don't release DMs. I mean, he was mad at me the other day, and he went off on me nonstop. Like seriously. I'm like, go to sleep, Tommy. Go to sleep. Sleep it off, buddy. Sleep it off. You don't want this.
But the thing is, Tommy's is a very super nice guy. So like, a little bit like it's all a big deal of nothing. I'm sure when they cross paths at the next event, they'll be like, "Hey, how's it going? How you doing?" And they'll be joking about it. Like that's why a lot of these feuds, like they're good content to cover and talk about, but nobody fucking believes any of this shit. The majority of the dabbleverse stuff you're hearing is fake. There you go.
Yeah, I think some of them are real. I thought that one was real, and I thought that's why it was interesting. I thought Tommy was really pissed off.
Well, I mean, yeah, they are like annoyed at each other and taking shots at each other, but tacos, that's what it was. And that's right, and the American Cupcake paid for it. Another fucking thing that I owe. So there you go. I was so terrified that I would get the shits. These fucking Mexicans. But the thing is, yeah, told you, like, they'll be fine in person. It's not like a real passionate feud. And I gotta be honest with you, I watched Tommy's stream and he was going off on Echo. And it was funny as fuck, to be honest, because Tommy's usually so happy and go lucky, all this stuff. But for some reason, this one time, he was raging, and I found it funny.
Yeah, because with Tommy, I thought it was, because that's the thing, right? You never know with him what it is. And I thought for sure he was goofing around, right? Like this was fake and this was a work. And then I had like some DMs and stuff back and forth with him. And I'm like, no, this is real. He's really pissed off. And so I think he felt like Echo was making a lot of, as to use Panhandler's word, passive-aggressive comments and like snide remarks and stuff. And Tommy just, at some point, it just, it was a little too much. The frog jumped out of the pot, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I do think that, I think even Echo would say that that argument he had with you was really a very overblown, over dramatic argument over some very silly, pointless shit. So I don't know. I don't think anybody really came out of it well, but it was funny to watch.
It was torture for me. That was the one where I was like, where Panhandler was talking about playing Candy Crush on your phone. I was like, is he ever gonna get to the fucking question? It was like, oh, I got these 10 clips and and then it was like, oh yes, OG Mumbling Nick has a show, and then no, Rochi, I said merch, not merch, and it was just like, can we get to this? Can we get to this? And then finally, when we get to it, it's a dud, And yes, and the point of me talking about him putting comments in my chat was lost on people. But there we go. American Cupcake for $5. I invited you and Echo. We broke bread, dude. No need to pay back. It was my pleasure to introduce you to something.
Yeah, but I also stole money out of your wallet.
Thank you for the $5, American Cupcake. And Cupcake, we're glad you're back and strong and better than ever. So we could have lost the Cupcake. They found him passed out in his truck. What a horrible way to go, right? It's going to be like Karmic, the only way they're going to know is the smell coming from his shed.
Yeah, he'll be out at the Caddy Z store buying props, and he's going to fucking pass out with his, and they'll have to bury him with his 1 foot in the air so passerbys can play air guitar on it.
He said Caddy Z was dead on Clowntown. He broke that news, so R.I.P. Caddy Z.
Fucking cunt, so he is.
And he said she died of AIDS. That was the best part.
But the thing with him is it's like he doesn't have anything. I mean, He's gonna say he's gonna do stuff. He's gonna say this is dead. I'm telling you, the stupid puppet's gonna come back. Hattie Z's gonna come back. You know, I don't know.
I think he
Felicia.
left the puppet at a Hunchosaurus at Felicia's, so he's gonna have to buy a new oven mitt.
All right. And this is the last I'll just stick with this last question. Do you think the pussy stinks or no?
I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say he's hurt and he's lashing out, and that's like the most immature and shittiest thing you can say about a woman, other than having big cankles. That's the bigger insult. But I'm gonna say no.
The smelly cunt is the female equivalent of the small dick.
Right.
It's stupid. He's a fucking loser, and I wouldn't say there's anybody that I hate, but I dislike Carmick. I think he's stupid. I think he's fake, and you don't need to lower yourself like that to try to get a win. You're just making yourself look like a cunt. Especially if they back and start getting back together with each other. All this stuff's gonna age really badly, and then these clips are gonna go around. Then they'll break up again. They'll go back on MLC. It'll be all types of a repetitive circle of shit.
I don't see them. I don't see them going back together, getting back together again.
There's no.
But
way.
you know,
Or they have to get off the internet completely.
Yeah. But for a guy who's complaining about her stinky pussy and her controlling nature and all this other stuff, there was a lot of like, when you listen to it, there was a lot of jealousy shit that came out. Like when he said, you know, oh, she's at comedy clubs and you don't know who she's talking to and you don't know who she's hanging out with. Right? He's all that stuff. He's an insecure little boy.
That's because he doesn't leave his fucking house. Leave the house, get hobbies, get stuff to do other than streaming all fucking day. Like, I'll never get over that clip of when he was in a hotel room and he started going into vast detail about how he was going to drink from his Red Bull. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I need to get my Red Bull, so I'm going to reach over to get my Red Bull, and I've got it picked up here, and I'm going to have a sip now. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, you've run out of stuff to talk about. Get off the fucking air. Go outside. Go listen to vinyls inside. Go do anything else but stream. It's a lot of fun to do other shit. Dutton Ranch just started on Paramount Plus the other day. It's fucking unbelievable. I know I'm going to be completely addicted to this show. So if people say to me, oh, did you see what Panhandler said in the fucking pretty antisocial chat the other day? No, I didn't see what he said. I was watching the TV.
Husey almost had a point, right? It's spring up there in northern Minnesota, wilderness. Go out, go hunt, go hiking. There's a lot of shit for him to do out there. Now it's not, no longer negative 30 degrees. So.
I don't think he just strikes me as a guy who never really went outside. Like wherever he is, he's not taking advantage. Like he's the guy that would live on the California coast and never go to the beach, or live in the mountains and never go skiing. Like just nothing. He just, he's going to sit there. But the one thing that I noticed about all of his raging and stuff is the through line is it's always everybody else's fault, right? He lost his channel because of Joe Burrow and Haley. This is Felicia wanted to control his life. She fucked up his YouTube. No matter what it is, it's always somebody else. The guy's never taken responsibility for a goddamn thing in his life, And what I do want to see is somebody has to pull up a picture of him from a year ago and one from recently. And the guy looks like he's 8. Like when he started, he looked like he was about 27. Now he's looking like he's close to 50.
Yeah,
you smoke and drink inside all day. It's going to age pretty quickly.
But that's the thing is that I just don't know why people are even watching them. You always hear people say, "Oh, I wanna see the craziness. I wanna see what he gets up to. It's like, what do you give a fuck? Like what? Well, and what if you don't see it? What'll happen? Will you be depressed? Will you fucking miss out on life if Karmic X's fucking stream happens while you're out going to see fucking the fucking Top Gun re-release at the IMAX? Ski Mask, we're coming up to his anniversary pretty soon. He used to always said, leave the house. Like, have a show where
That worked
you
well for
actually...
him.
What?
I said that worked well for him. Go ahead.
No, but have a show where you actually can mention, oh, I did a thing the other day. Instead of just all day, you fucking piece of shit. How could you say this about me on Rochi's excellent gatekeeping show? It's like, just fuck off. Fuck away off. Fuck
Well, then
off
what do you think that
outside.
says? But then what do you think that says about the people that are really into
Right.
it?
Exactly. It's going to go on as long as people watch them and send them money. We always say, let the market decide. People continue to watch them, and people have them on the show. So is it really his fault completely? Right?
Does he stream every day?
I don't follow his Rumble stuff as much, but it seems like he's been streaming a fuck ton.
Yeah, that's
since-
just, I can't understand anybody that streams every day. Like, even, not to completely change topics, but I was a huge Adam Carolla fan with his podcast. Once he started going, I think it's 5 days or 6 days a week now, the show just died because he's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even as a Kevin fan, I think Kevin streaming every day is a bad idea. Sometimes shows turn out to be great, and sometimes it's a tough watch. So yeah, scarcity is key in any kind of business.
KB definitely hit the gold vein with the Felicia stream the other night, right?
That chat was moving faster than I've ever. It was like a Tim Pool chat. How fast it was moving for a clip there. Not big views in terms of dabbleverse. He had 850 strong the majority of the time, and I've never seen a chat move so fast in any dabbleverse show. So yeah, I think he said he had like over 17,000 individual chats or something like that.
Well, somebody, Stephen Bravo, put up his a screen with his analytics on it, and he made a lot of money. The estimated revenue right after the stream was over was a big number. It was like Husey level numbers.
Yeah, and I think GoSuns or somebody on Twitter, sorry if I'm getting the screen name wrong, took a couple like little clips of the chat, seeing how fast it was going. Yeah, it was pretty crazy for a dabbleverse show.
Cool.
That's why KB's the king. Suck it, losers.
That's why it's a shame that he takes stuff down. Because I would be really interested to see the kind of the view count numbers he does, because he has a lot of loyal followers, even though it's not thousands anymore. But he has a lot of people who don't shut the fuck up in his chats. So his numbers would be like, gotta be like in the 10,000 per episode level.
Yeah,
But he's never going to do. He's obviously very, 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 very concerned, paranoid, whatever word you want to use, about losing his channel. So that's never going to happen. I mean, he's even took it was me, Carmix, and KB, and I think Mersh, and then Mr. Kill Everything, and Scarlett even showed up on a Rumble show this weekend. He took that off of Patreon and Rumble. So yeah, he's wicked careful, overly careful with that stuff.
yeah. Look, which is great, except then you have to stream every day, right? Because the stuff that you have sitting around is not making any money.
I don't think he has to stream every day. I think he makes enough of super chats, but again,
I don't know. It's never enough.
I think his show would be better if he didn't stream every day. Like I think he'd probably make even more money. I agree with that, and I'm a big Kevin fan, but he'll yell at me later for saying that. What do I know? I'll have my playboy.
I do 2 streams a week, and usually I'm on another show once a week. So it's like 3 streams, and I get yelled at that I'm streaming all the time.
You do stream all the time. I agree with that.
Well, what can I tell you?
Man, Buckman, you're in high demand.
But that's what I said about like with Husey's show with Dean. Yeah, I'm not gonna what sense does it make for me to not go on one of the most popular shows in the dabbleverse?
You've been on MLC?
No, Husey's stream.
Oh, my.
I have, and I was such a bad boy that he deleted it immediately from everything.
Yeah,
He's
don't
a
not like
pussy boy.
All right, guys. All right, I think we want to wrap it up. Well, Husey looks like he's about to pass out over there. I swear to God, your beard has grown. Like, it's actually come into view more since the stream started. Oh, look at that. Stealth Chaos is here to tell us all what we're doing wrong.
Stealth is going to go live pretty soon. I'm looking forward to that.
He'll be coming on my show soon. We'll
gonna
let you all have it.
Last
That's
I heard,
gonna
he was
be-
waiting on his mic. So May 31st or something, he was letting everybody know when his mic is coming. So I'm sure it's hard to get technical equipment in Japan. So
Right.
it takes a while.
Yeah, that would.
Well, he
that-
needs to wait for it to be delivered to America, then posted to UK, so then come back to Japan.
I have to laugh about him because he's really the guy that has like, he just has an opinion and he's constantly telling people how to do things. And he's one of those guys that like, the more he tells you what you're supposed to be doing, his shit never goes anywhere. You know?
We haven't seen it. We got to wait for the Stealth Chaos show.
We've been waiting for what, 2 years now?
But I've said for a while that Lifeform show would be way bigger, more popular if Mir didn't get so drunk. Because like the first 20, 30 minutes of that show was hilarious. And then his red wine starts kicking in and he just becomes this unbearable fucking incel. So Lifeforms is this close to being a great hit show. Because Chow, I think, is fucking hilarious. Eat my shirt. Were you about to let me do plugs, Buckman?
I was.
Well,
Feel free. Go for it.
I'm doing it, you fucking Jew. On Thursday, we will be. I will be streaming again. Pat Dixon's coming on with Lemmy and some special guests. But on Saturday, what I'm looking forward to, it will be the second ever members only drinking stream, where we will have certain guests on, but then we will literally put the link into the chat. So if you're a YouTube member, you can come on the episode and there will be zero dabbleverse talk allowed. It's basically a pub session on the air, and you wouldn't talk about Lady K or any of that shit in a pub because you would be told to get fucked. So, huge entertainment on Thursday and Saturday.
Husey, one more thing, because I know you like to bail. I'm telling you now, I'm not coming on your show again. If it's Schmuel, it's got to be Kaylee, Canoe, Cankles, New Girl. I'm laying it down. It's got to be some chick.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm
letting
always
you know,
I'm always putting out the
you're
invite
off my
to the.
list. You're off my list. Going to tell my people not to take your calls.
I'm always trying to. Kaylee might be joining us on. Would you want to come on Thursday? Kaylee might be joining us.
No, she wouldn't be my first choice. It was kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing, but just hang up like you usually do.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. Hang up.
And I will admit, Panhandler, like he had asked me to come on, and then when I went on and I saw you there, it was very depressing. I was like
disappointed. Yeah, I'm sure that's the
what's
one
the
time we both
point?
felt the same way. It's like this fucking guy. Yeah, no, I get it.
He stuck it to us. That's what he did.
Stick it to us.
This fucking guy.
All right,
know?
I'll let you wrap
All right.
up for 20 minutes too.
All right, guys. It's been a blast. I'm going to hang out for a little bit and say goodnight to the chat. So, Husey, Thursday evening at 6. Is that correct?
Yes, 6 p.m. Eastern.
All right. And then a members only on Saturday, a drinking stream. And please, if you accept the link, be dressed.
And be drunk.
All right. Take care, buddy. All right. Well, thank God those guys are gone. Jesus. Talk about bar. All right. It's going to get very noisy in here for a couple of minutes. And if it's really problematic, you can let me know. But I have to put on the air conditioner because I'm dying in here. All right. Thank everybody for being here. It was fun, even if it did run out of gas at the end. Nothing as enjoyable as watching Husey yawn and Panhandler's face start to sag again. So we wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want that to happen now, would we? I am so sorry. I was looking for something else here. So I want to put up. I said I would watch this live. So we're gonna give it. It's I think a 10 or 20-second clip that Stephen Bravo sent me, and it is apparently of Steel Toe talking shit about me. So we're gonna have to see if that is anything interesting. But hang on while I pull that bad boy up, and because I obviously put it in the wrong place, and then we'll probably close with that. And let's just see here later. Right, the toe. Let's go with this. Oh shit! Sorry, kids. So I don't know whether it's I don't know. I said I would watch it live. I don't know whether it's really worth anything. But I do always enjoy being trashed by one of the shittiest people
Talk. Maybe they ought to
in
talk
the
to Lemmy
dabbleverse.
and see if they can get on Husey's
And
show. She
it would
does
be
some booking
really,
for that.
wouldn't it be great if I learned how to do
Maybe
this
Husey can do
someday?
that. Husey's kind of like Piers Morgan. She does some booking for that.
Whoa,
Maybe they ought to talk
Jesus.
to Lemmy and see if they
Jesus.
can get on Husey's
Sorry.
show. She does some booking for that. Husey's kind of the Piers Morgan of that world. Maybe they ought to
I don't know
talk to
why
Lemmy
this
and
fucking
see if
thing
they
is
can
not
get on
pausing.
Husey's show.
Excuse
She
me
does
for a
some booking for that.
There we go. All right, give me a second. Let me arrange it. You know, I mean, I know Husey doesn't like clip shows. I don't particularly like him either, but that's because I have no idea how to do this shit. So give me a second. Let me just move myself a little bit and see if we can get that thing up. Settings, auto switch. But I don't know why. Oh, that's why. It does not auto pause when I put it in a layer. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it, and let's see what this asshole has to say.
Maybe they ought to talk to Lemmy and see if they can get on Husey's show. She does some booking for that. Yeah. Maybe Husey can do that. Now, Husey's kind of the Piers Morgan.
Can you hear that? Because I
of that
can't.
world now. He's kind of like the... Maybe they ought to talk to Lemmy and see if they can get on Husey's show. She does some booking for that. Yeah. Maybe Husey can do that. Now, Husey's kind of the Piers Morgan of that world now. He's kind of like the, we're going to have a drama event, and here are the two retarded people involved. Like, he has that retarded senior citizen, like, vulnerable adult Jewish guy, that Buckman guy on his show. And it's like, that's a creepy fuck. Like, just have a couple more creepy fucks on.
Oh, so that's what I thought it was. All right. So he called me a creepy fuck. All right. So, Mr. Revenge Porn guy, Mr. I traded my wife, I suck Nick Ricada's cum. All right, Steel Toe. So we have a disagreement about what actually is creepy. But in any event, fuck that. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, both Husey and Schmuel talking about things without any knowledge of the topic and without clips. It's what makes us what we are. But thank you, Dang Lizard. I actually wear that kind of as a badge of honor, to tell you the truth. And I got Chris Mack. Chris Mack is shaking my head. Chris. It's interesting, like, when it comes to a guy like Steel Toe, I so don't give a shit. I just think he's like, I wonder about guys like that. Like, does he really believe all the bullshit that he says about himself? Like, I don't know. Does he go to bed at night, like, looking at the ceiling and going, oh man, like, I know I'm a loser and I know I, fucked this up? Or does does he go like, yeah, I'm great. I really am the king of the morning. My rumble numbers are real. All that stuff. I haven't lost everything in my life. That's the kind of stuff that I don't. That's kind of where I'm lost at with this. But it's tough watching people fall apart. But there you go. And Great Scott, Aaron stinks. Imholt would be on death row if the hypocrisy police existed for certain. Aaron can't hit a goal. Imholt, is that really what's been happening? Is he really like what do you call it? Shaking my head at tech issues. Yeah, I'm sorry. Brock, I genuinely think Aaron thinks he's a hot shit. I tend to agree with you. That's the part that blows me away, because I'm like, you're not. And I keep thinking that this HRO backfired on him, because once Patrick stopped covering him, nobody gave a shit, right? Like, nobody cares. His numbers during the day, every now and then I'll go on and I'll see that his numbers, he just doesn't have any. And I can't, like, I'm blown away by it. In any event, guys, I am going to get out of here. It has been a blast. Thank you very much. Hit the like button on your way out. And I will be dropping you off at Dixon and Levy. So he's king shit. Just ask him. Yeah, I do. He's got that stuttering John thing where they're living in the past. And let's be honest. I mean, stuttering John, for all his faults, had 20 years of success. Right? Even if he fell into it, whatever, like, you can say whatever you want. But Aaron was on the radio for a couple of years. He was only on the radio because he sold his own time. So essentially he's like the least LEASED, least time spot, right? Like, in New York, when you used to get like WABC on, Sunday night at, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you would have like Taxi Talk or some shit like that. It was because the guy bought the time on the air. And that's what Aaron did. And Aaron talks about like, oh, what a great broadcaster he was. He never really, it wasn't a job, man. He was a salesman. And that's essentially what he was doing. And that's why he's definitely, that's why he's not getting, one of the reasons why he never got another job, aside from the fact that he shit all over that woman that got him fired, that was, look, he's got a radio voice. I'll give him that. He's got a radio voice. He does things. He can talk for 3 hours. But I don't think there's like anything special there. I think he would have been a great like small market like rock jock, the kind of guy that you would go out and meet at clubs. And but as far as doing shit like running a show or moving up or any of that stuff, that was never going to happen. And now he's just destroyed any chance at any kind of a radio career. And it's 2 years later, I think, or a year and a half, and he's still suspended from boxing. And it's just like, but everything, he just keeps doubling down and doubling down. But look, he surrounds himself, I guess, with guys like Oz and Johnny Crutches to make himself feel better about himself. Kind of the stuttering John with beer sales Jerry and those guys. So coulda shoulda, filet fish showgirl announcer. Yeah. So when I was in the military, there was a strip club in town, and the strip club had an MC, and the guy was, he's like I don't know, supposedly like a comedian or something. And the guy would come out, and it was classic. He had the jacket and stuff, wore a jacket and a hat, like a pork pie, I think you call it, or whatever, and a bow tie. And he was a comedian. And that was like his job. And when you met him, if you met him outside, the dude, you would think that the guy was like fucking, Shecky Green and had just come off the Tonight Show. But like everybody knew, look, dude, you're the, the strip club announcer bringing up the next gal. And, but I really believe that guy believed it. Schmuel, can you go back to my early question and ask it? Thanks. Can you just ask the question, Josh, instead of making me go all the way back up and looking at it? This is your time here. I think I have another 10 minutes before I got a hard out. Let's just see here. Dan Lizard, getting on is easy. It's the not getting kicked off that takes skill. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. There we go. All right. Lady KB, nah, I suck. You don't. Although I'm betting that some people wish you did. Wink, wink. All right. I've reached the end. Somebody said fizzling out. Oh. Will you have Stealth on the show or appear on his? Jesus, this is like Stealth likes to play the game. Stealth is like, oh, he's going to come on, and he never does. And so whatever, man. If he wants to come on, I'm more than happy to have him on. But it's like the Dr. Chow game, where they're, oh yeah, I'll do it, but they never do it. I don't know whether it's a lack of balls or it's just part of what you do for a trolling thing. I don't know. I know he's hard to nail down, but are you in favor of it? I've said I would have him on. I tried, but I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to chase anybody, especially. I don't think, I know that you guys really like Stealth, and I think that you think he's interesting and he's got all this stuff. I don't really find him that way. I'm happy to have him on. I'm happy to have my opinion changed. But he's not a guy, he's not a guy that I'm going to chase or make that much of an effort to get on. He's going to start streaming and it's going to be appointment viewing. I hope. I don't think it will be, because he does really strike me as the guy that's like a lot of talk and not a lot of action. And he also seems to get butthurt really, really easily. So I would imagine that he will do a stream and then somebody will say something that insults him. And then he won't stream for 2 weeks, and then he'll be back, and people will just get tired of it. But at this point, he's essentially the boy that cried wolf, right? Like, he's going to do it, he's going to do it, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, and he's never done anything. But that's just that's what I see of him. I could be wrong. Feel free to call me wrong, but that's what I've seen. So, but there we go. My question was something to the effect that you keep having all these extraneous guests on to take the focus away from you, the star of the show. I'm hardly the star of anything. My ability to stream solo is extremely limited. So I have guests on, right? It helps. It's a crutch and it's one you don't need. Thank you, but I also feel like you're the guy that's telling me, yeah, jump off the cliff. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. But I actually like those guys. I like having them on. I like getting these questions answered. So I will have guests. There you go. But, maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe one day I'll have enough balls to just turn on the camera and start yapping. Schmuel, stop the BS. We both know you're more than capable of solo streaming, and frankly, it's the best shows you do. Well, thank you. but I really do think you're in the minority there, Mr. Unbanned Josh Denny fan. But I do like it, and I do like the compliment, and you have always been one of the great challenges there. We want an 8-hour solo buck. That will never happen. Never. I have no desire. I have no desire to do that. I always come on with topics and questions and shit in mind. Not that I ever get them to them, but they're there. You feel this isn't true because you're still new and haven't built your confidence on air, but you're a natural. Thank you. I will take that under advisement. And, look, hopefully one day before I drop dead, I'll get good at this and comfortable enough at it to do it. And we'll see. But there's a certain amount of doing this. It also has to, it's got to make sense to do. So it's got to make, it actually has to make a few bucks. It's got to at the very least pay for itself. And so there's that. But I am most comfortable actually on other people's streams where I don't have to worry about like the tack or any of that shit. But that said, at the same time, I do like the fact that I can on here I could move the conversation wherever I want. And oddly enough, I find some of the chat questions that I think other people think are stupid or whatever, I find them interesting, and I find the topics interesting, and I don't what do you call it? I don't whatever. I don't fear the people, like some of the when we talked, you had talked about this before, like getting advice, and it was like, oh, you have to ignore this person, you have to just ignore them, you have to do this. I don't mind going head to head and or challenging, and used to bring on guests as a way to increase super chats. I get it. One of the things that I have with you, I noticed this last night in the BYB chat, is you have a very black and white view of what your thought process is. Very black and white. It does eventually change, which is something that I give you credit for, but it's definitely black and white. And one of the things last night that they couldn't get, that nobody ever gets, particularly like when it comes to the Schmuel thing, is it's not me so much defending Schmuel or anybody. It's looking at that, that other side of it. And it's like, it's really easy to go, I don't like him, and look at what he did over there, and things like that. And it's more difficult, I think, to sort of take a look at why people are doing what they're doing. And then that was a fun trip with the Schmuel thing, because it got me, my eye tracker was doing weird shit. It got me to then really get into the DMCA stuff and the YouTube stuff, and then throw some shit before some lawyers to get some answers. So it was a learning experience for me, and I really enjoyed that. Bringing on guests is a shortcut to people's interest, views, super chat. That makes sense, but it's stagnant. You can have your show be exactly like everyone's, or you can be your own thing. I have to say, I think this show is not the same as everyone's. If I wanted to do the same as everyone else, I would just have a bunch of people on arguing, or we would just watch clips, and stuff like that. And I'm also not afraid to solo stream a bit, so that's why I started like ending the show and then spending time talking to the chat, and doing that. And Chris Mack, very funny. Who is he talking to? I'm actually talking to Unbanned Josh Denny fan, but I'm really just talking to myself. And that's the most uncomfortable part of solo streaming to me, is I feel like a guy sitting on the subway having a conversation with himself while there's people in the room. So, Mr. Blue Sky, chatter of future past. I wish I could say I understood what that meant, but I don't. Look, anybody can build a following. It wouldn't be a lot for some people, but I think pretty much anybody, if they're consistent and they do this, that they're always going to get a number of people that like them. I find guys, I enjoy it, and I find guys like Karmic, right? It's like he hates it. Like he hates having to do this stream, and he says he wants to do and stuff, but it's like it just does. It feels like to him it's like work, like getting up in the morning and going and stacking turkey parts. So I don't know, and I'll keep doing it as long as I enjoy it. You have an it factor. I know it sounds like gaslighting, but I'm not saying you're Cary Grant. We all know that. I'm saying in the world of streamers, and certainly in the dabbleverse, you stand out. Thank you. That I appreciate. I don't really agree. I also don't understand why people find I have no idea why anybody finds me interesting, but I'm glad, and that there are a few people that do, and so that's why I do it. And like I said, I have fun doing this, so we will keep doing that for the time being. All right, I am going to bail in 5 minutes. So if anyone has any more questions, this is the time. Speak now or forever hold your pieces. And let's just see. I want to see something here. God damn. I don't know why YouTube always gives me such a hard time with shit. All right, let's go here. Oh, there we are. Sorry, kids. I am now selecting that, selecting that, and it still doesn't work. All right. I wanted to see something. All right. I have, unless things have stopped, which I don't think they are, Filet of Fish is asking favorite cigar. I don't know. Right now it's like these Romeo and Juliet 1875 Petite Bullies, but I'm not really very much of a cigar aficionado. I think I'm just addicted to the nicotine. So, and I like to smoke the smaller ones. So it's a price point. I know you weren't into Euphoria, but that was really just an example of a broader idea to branch out into topics that will bring more eyes. Thank you. That is that's a confidence thing, I think, Mr. Josh Denny fan, that I don't think I have at the moment. So, we will do our best to try to branch out. And we'll see what happens. But I have totally gotten like organized, arranged, like I have everything laid out about what I'm going to do. Once the camera goes on, it all goes to shit. So once I can figure that out, we'll do it. But there we go. One of you guys a long time ago, anonymously, I had a Amazon wish list, and somebody bought me a Stream Deck. And I have never used it, and I just kind of plugged it in this afternoon, and it has like a default EV Mux thing. So
Shut up, Schmuel.
Unbanned Josh Denny fan, build your solo streamer skills in the dabbleverse, and then break out like a butterfly, the chrysalis of the dabbleverse. I will do that, but thank you, dude. There is a beauty and fascination in the way things go to shit. Yeah. There's a certain amount of, I think what happens is, hold on, I got to scratch my head. there are some guys, right, who stream, say a Patrick Bell, right, who have like all the confidence. He's got the confidence and the technique and that shit, and he can stream, and it works for him, and he can pull it off, and he can do that, and he can do that solo stream, and it feels confident. And I'm just using him as an example. And then there's like the steel toe thing to me, which to me, I watch steel toe stream, and I swear to God, like I feel like at any minute he's gonna break down and cry. And like, I know I've been faking this. I know that I'm no good at this. So I'd like to get somewhere between those confidence levels. And right now, it's not there. So that's it. And I will say that I don't do anything. I do what I like to do. So I'm not doing anything for anybody else's. I mean, obviously I want to, give people stuff that they want to watch, but I don't really, I don't think I'm jumping on trends or following. And I know that I'm in beefs and arguments, but I feel like they're real, they're purposeful, or whatever. They're not just, I didn't just fucking make them up. Right, Mel, right. I don't have 20 years. I got like probably another 2 years. I'm 64. I'm gonna be 65 in October. I'm not gonna be able to do this for that long. I can barely speak now. Imagine what I would be like. So there you go. Filet fish, favorite cheese. Jeez, that's a question for a locale. So I'll leave that off. One band, just any fan. I do like your notice that McCarthy is still taking the stage. Now, in my career, right? That would be one thing, but this is a whole new thing. Look, I'm losing Gent, and when Gent is going to bed, it's time for Schmuel to go to bed too. And I got to get some dinner. I'm a hungry boy. But thank you guys. It's been a blast. Have a awesome night. Bye.